Hello, welcome to the review where I watch all the garbage so y'all don't have to. Thanks for clicking on the link. I appreciate it. Today's video, we're watching part 2, my series. Today's video, we're watching Cenk Uyger and Andrew Wilson debating on Piers Morgan in a most entertaining debate. This is part 2. I already posted part 1. If you guys haven't seen it, I recommend heading over to the channel and watch that one first. The debate is just off the wall, man. Both of these guys can say some pretty extreme, crazy stuff as far as I'm concerned. I mean, Andrew's a decent guy. He's a knowledgeable, good, decent Christian, but he can say some off the wall, some off-putting things is what I should say. He can say some off-putting things at times that aren't going to help win people to his side. So, yeah, that's what we got for you. Enjoy.
Let me try and...
None of those things are true.
Let me try and move on to...
Actual,
guys, let's move on to some policy debate. Andrew, let me ask you, do you feel like the woke worm is in reverse as strongly as I'm sensing it is? And it's specifically just the simple statement from Trump that the policy of the United States will be to recognize two genders, male and female. Well, duh. That's always been the case. It's just incredible that the president of the free world effectively has to make this clear to people who'd lost their minds and believe that actually men can be women and women can be men. But do you feel that this has been a big marker in the beginning of the end of the woke mind virus, as Musk calls it?
No, it's not the end of the woke mind virus. You're going to always have to battle this as definitions change because people need to justify their insane and degenerate behavior in society. So they come up with all sorts of nonsense like this. In this particular case, the trans advocacy groups have done more to reverse any type of progress LGBTQ people in the United States have made in the last 30 years because of what they're trying to do with children and the fact that they don't care that you, as a Christian, do not believe at all that a man can become a woman. So yes, this is whiplash on that. There's going to be a lot more whiplash that's going towards that as people reject categorically what these people have been trying to push on us. You can look no further than what just happened at the inauguration. You have a female bishop. That's an impossibility. That is not Christian at all. You're not allowed to have female bishops. That is satanic. That's literally satanic to have a female bishop come up and say anything. You can laugh, but it is. That's
okay.
Satan speaking. And the reason you're laughing is because it's true.
Well, Cenk, I'll get you to respond, but first of all, let's play the clip of that bishop, because my objection was actually for different reasons. Let's take a look at it.
Here we go. Balls of steel bishop. That's what I call her.
I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here.
So, Cenk, I mean, notwithstanding Andrew's position on the fact there shouldn't be a female bishop, but the fact that she was there on such a big historic moment, delivering a kind of scolding woke lecture with Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and their wives sitting there, I just thought it was completely inappropriate. I didn't care who the president was or what the scolding was, but to turn the pulpit into a scolding thing about all America's gay children are going to be running for their lives, I just thought it
completely inappropriate and not what the church was meant to be. Bring people together, talk about love, talk about Jesus. You don't get up there and freaking give a political speech on the pulpit. The hell's wrong with that lady? But again, she does got big balls, man. That's for sure.
It was completely wrong.
Yeah, Piers, I totally disagree. I loved it, and the reason I loved it is because it's truth to power. And you can say, hey, it's her truth. It's the truth of about half of Americans. It's not necessarily the truth, but at least she's trying to challenge the powerful, and I love that. Look, the reason why a lot of people agree with me is because I challenge the powerful on both sides, on the Democratic side and the Republican side. And that makes the partisans get super mad at me. No, Biden's right about everything. No, Trump's right about everything. No, I love that she spoke for half the country, and she said it right to his face. I wish reporters would do that. And I think a lot of the reporters got the message to be softer on Trump. No. Be harder on the Democrats and the Republicans and the establishment. Be harder on everyone. So do exactly as she did, even though apparently she's Satan. Brother, look, how can I talk to you, man, when you say such ludicrous things? Do you know that like 95% of Americans, when you say that she's satanic because she's a woman bishop, think that you're nuts? Do you at least understand and acknowledge that?
First of all, they don't. You don't.
So Cenk speaks for 99% of Americans. Is that right? Cenk Uyger speaks for 95% of Americans. That's good to know.
Don't understand anything about the Bible, apostolic succession, church history. You don't know anything about these things, Cenk. You have no idea what you're talking about. First of all, she wasn't speaking truth to power. She was speaking subversiveness to goodness. And that's what's actually going on. And that's what Democrats are great at doing. Sure. Yes, it is completely satanic to have inversion. Inversion is when you take what is considered the Christ head, in this case a bishop, and invert it to a woman. That's what you people are great at doing, is inversion. If you looked at the 2,000 years of Christian history, you would understand this, especially church history, going all the way back to the time of Christ and apostolic succession. People, you can, but the truth is that people get all of their ethics and goodness in this nation from biblical ethics and Christian ethics, not from Cenk Uyger thinks it's neat that a chick can do this. It's like, no, that's not part of our ethical standard there. That's not what it is. We don't have an ethical standard based around your version of the woke Bible. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
When you call a respected bishop a chick and satanic.
Respected by who?
It's funny that you don't see that you lose such a giant percentage of the country. And so, like, guys like this make it nearly impossible for a huge part of the country to ever vote for Republicans. Because if you vote for a Republican, you're going to get these ghouls and goblins. And they're going to say, oh, yeah, chicks shouldn't be on bishops, man. It's inversion, dude. It's satanic. You sound insane. You sound, to me, honestly, you sound like you belong in a mental asylum. Or when you call people satanic. What the hell does that even mean?
Always
and just because she's a woman, just because she's a woman, she's satanic in that role. See, that's exactly why I'm a populist, but I can't be populist, right? When guys like this say such insane things and drive hatred. Drive hatred.
Cenk only cares about the truth when it's on his side. That's the only time he cares about, when it's very rarely on his side. Otherwise, lies will suffice.
You're right. I am power.
Huge.
So keep going.
Remember how you said I'm massive, I'm huge, I have this massive audience. So I'm here saying, speaking truth to power. You should be all about that. You should be loving the fact that I'm telling you something now, which is true.
Except you're speaking gibberish to power.
It is.
Is Beelzebub in the room with us right now?
It is an inversion.
Is Beelzebub and Shaitan in the room with us?
I'm sorry. You hate Christianity? You hate Christian ethics, Cenk?
Time out. Let's move Christian ethics to another debate.
I don't hate Christianity.
I want to ask you about Nazis.
I hate your radical lunatic.
You sure sound like you do.
Chaps, I want to
That's not radical.
Chaps, time out. I want to calm the temperature by turning to Nazi salutes. Cenk, you said about Elon Musk. Let's take a look at what he did, just to remind everyone who may not have seen it.
This one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Now, Cenk, you said it was the most obvious Nazi salute you'd ever seen, which I think Hitler might be a bit surprised about, but you don't really believe
that, did you, Cenk? Oh,
yeah, but Cenk, just to be clear, you don't actually think he's a Nazi, do you? So how can you make a Nazi salute if you're not actually a Nazi and, in fact, absolutely hate everything they stand for? That's not a Nazi salute. It's a awkward thing that he did to say, my heart to you, that then gets deliberately misinterpreted as a Nazi salute by people who keep wanting to call everyone on the right a Nazi.
No. So Elon Musk is trolling. So this is a classic right-wing maneuver. It's to get attention, and he knows that if he does...
Yeah, because Elon Musk needs more attention. I mean, that just sounds nuts. He's doing it to get attention. He doesn't get enough attention. Come on, Chunk.
Does a Nazi salute, but he says, "Oh, buddy, I touched my heart. And I can't believe they're calling me a Nazi. I'm the victim. The left wing is coming after me just because I did the most obvious Nazi salute of all time." Now, the left is angry at me because I'm not calling him a Nazi. I think he's trolling. I think he's doing it for attention. And he does this plausible deniability. It's the oldest trick in the book coming from the right wing. In fact, when you get upset at the right wing, they usually go, he's just trolling, right? So that's what happened there. That wasn't subtle. And again, I have credibility here because when they accused so many people of doing this, I said no. When Laura Ingraham was at the RNC and she raised her arm and they're like, that's a Nazi salute. I'm not, that's not a Nazi salute. She just raised her arm. Everybody raises their arm. He did that so crisp, so sharp, exactly like the way that they did in the Third Reich. That's not an accident. He's a smart guy. He's doing it to get us to do this segment and for the inauguration to all be about Elon Musk. He's swallowing up all the attention.
Chunk sounds completely like a lunatic now. He sounds like a total lunatic. He did it on purpose to get attention. Everybody loves Elon Musk. He gets plenty of attention. What the hell are you talking about? It makes no sense at all.
I think that is the biggest load of cobblers I've ever heard in my life. But Andrew, over to you.
Yeah, so it is.
Okay.
So
oh my God! No! Don't criticize what is so freaking obvious. And what if he put a Nazi? He put a swastika on his forehead. You guys would be like, no! It does. It's not what it appears. It's not what it appears.
Calm down, Cenk. Calm down.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shut the. Zip it, Chunk. Zip it.
Respond. Didn't interrupt you.
Andrea, go ahead.
By the way, it's great to have the old Cenk back, by the way, just for the record.
Yeah, I didn't interrupt you, Snake. Just calm down for a second. Let me respond very quickly.
Andrea.
Okay, so we have tons of evidence that Elon Musk isn't a Nazi. Kanye West, I don't know if you remember this,
I didn't call him a Nazi.
He ran for political office. When he released a swastika, it wasn't even a swastika, it's just something that looked like one. Musk banned him for it. Musk just went through and did a massive purge. He just went through and did a massive purge of all sorts of people who were considered Nazis or that the left had been calling Nazis on Twitter. It's a big thing right now. All the evidence points to the fact not only is he not a Nazi, but there's no good incentive for him to even do this. What's the incentive? You say, well, it's a dog whistle. He's trolling. He's just funning this and that. No, this is very common, by the way, for people to make this hand gesture. I have it from AOC. I have it from Clinton. I have it from
Germany.
All of these various people.
In the 1930s.
And the thing is, yeah, I have it from all of the Democrats. You can draw side-by-side comparisons. People have been showing you them nonstop. You just don't care. You don't care because you want it to be some trolling Nazi thing when it clearly isn't.
Why did I defend all the other right-wingers when they raised their arms like that? Then why did I defend all the other right-wingers when they raised their arms like that?
Because the same reason you defend left-wingers
that was the clearest Nazi salute. And by the way, I literally said, even if he put a swastika on his head, you guys would find an excuse for it. And then, hold on, and then you said about Kanye, when he put a swastika on his head, it wasn't really a Nazi symbol. I mean, you proved my point over and over again. So it's a delight debating
I didn't say it wasn't a Nazi symbol. I said a swastika. I said it wasn't an actual swastika, but it looked enough like one. That he banned
okay,
it.
so
I didn't say
there you go again. I mean, it's a swastika, but not really, because so look, even Nick
symbols actually look like actual symbols because they're actual symbols.
It's an absolute Nazi salute. Yeah. So look, guys.
No, he didn't say that. You just made it up
against the ghost.
Cenk, as he did it,
make a Nazi.
As he did it, Cenk, he literally says, "From my heart to you," or whatever the words were, right?
Yeah.
He literally tells you what he's doing.
Yeah, that's
from
the
my heart
plausible
to
deniability. Of course.
Nobody actually believes.
Piers,
hang on, Cenk.
Piers,
Cenk, hang on.
You're a sophisticated media person.
Including
Do you really think he would have said, "This is for the Third Reich"? No, of course he's going to have plausible
deniability. He would if he was a Nazi
and make up an excuse. You know that.
If he was a Nazi, he'd say, "Heil Hitler. This is for you, the Third Reich, my love to you."
Yeah.
Yes, because he would be an actual Nazi. Instead, he's a guy who literally a few months ago went to Jerusalem. He went to Jerusalem. He went to the
again,
and then he went down to the kibbutz,
Number
which
one,
was
you're
annihilated
fighting a ghost.
on October
I didn't say he was a Nazi.
He literally went.
I didn't
to the
say he was a
scene
Nazi.
Of the
You keep going back to he's not a Nazi.
On October the
then why would he do a Nazi salute if he's not a Nazi, Chunk? You make no sense. I think Chunk is the troll. He's the actual troll here.
He's doing it for
Cenk is
attention, and you know that, Piers. As a guy who loves attention,
It's not true.
you know he's doing it for the
don't.
attention.
I don't know
so
that,
stop making
'cause
an
it
argument,
didn't happen.
debating an argument that I didn't even make.
There is absolutely no way in the world Elon Musk deliberately did that to get attention as a Nazi sympathizer.
Yeah.
The whole idea of that is fanciful, delusional, and deliberately,
No, not as a Nazi
deliberately
sympathizer,
manipulative
Piers.
nonsense.
That's right. Chunk is trolling. He's the one trolling, for sure. That is delusional. Elon Musk is just, he's like this awkward guy, especially when he's in like public speaking roles. He's super awkward. All his gestures are awkward. He's really goofy. This is just, Chunk's just being totally disingenuous.
As a person who goes, me, look at me, look at me, look at me, it's trolling. Do you not understand the concept of trolling?
I do.
So you
I'm
do
very good at it
outrageous
myself.
things with plausible deniability so that you could then come and go, oh my God, I got all the attention, plus I'm the victim because they're misinterpreting me.
Yeah, because when you're
It's
selling,
Trump's
okay,
oldest
great
joke.
argument,
You
Cenk.
learn
So
that
here's-
trick and use
here's
it.
Cenk's argument.
So
just to be
you're
clear,
having a
hang on.
nonsense debate about
Cenk,
whether he's a Nazi.
just to be clear,
I'm telling you that he did it for attention.
I hear you, but just to be clear, you really think that what he thought would be a good move as he's celebrating Donald Trump's historic second presidency starting, that what Donald Trump would want on the front pages the next day was not a picture of him as the new president, but a picture of Elon Musk doing what you say was a Nazi salute. You think he literally gamed that deliberately to troll people. What part of your brain
So,
thinks
Piers, let
that
me
is
ask you a
even
question
feasible?
back.
He's nuts. He's got to be nuts. Completely insane.
From a guy who literally lands space rockets in cradles. He's got one of the biggest brains in the world. He was not deliberately trolling people as if he's a Nazi. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, Piers, let me ask you a question back. If you were giving a speech in the inauguration or in the parliament or anywhere, and somebody told you, hey, go say from my heart and do this exact thing where you even almost snap your boots. You know, he just snapped that salute, right?
He won't
would
do
you
it again.
Would you really do it? And I want you to do it right now
I told him,
if you say
no.
you would do it.
I told him, I didn't tell him, but I tweeted, and 10 million people have viewed my post on X, so he'll have seen it. I just said it was very ill-advised of him to do that move. Absolutely.
There you
Because
go. So
very
you think it
ill-advised,
did look like a Nazi
but
salute.
anyone who genuinely believes he was doing it to replicate a Nazi salute is talking complete bullshit. Andrew,
Yeah, and to just respond.
No,
very
but
briefly,
Piers-
I want to bring
Hang on,
Andrew in
hang
now.
on,
Let me
hang
bring
on.
Andrew in. Andrew,
If it didn't
calm
look
down,
like a
Cenk,
Nazi
calm-
salute,
Cenk,
why was it
Cenk, calm down.
ill-advised?
Andrew-
If it didn't look
Calm
like a
down.
Nazi salute, why was it ill-advised?
Andrew, he was ill-advised to
Yeah.
do it, and I'm sure he'll now realize that. It was an ill-advised act.
Okay, good.
So here's the thing too. This was off. This is something that's off the cuff. Cenk's entire argument here is it's trolling. Believe me. That's it.
Yeah.
No evidence, no anything.
None.
All evidence to the contrary.
You don't have
He doesn't
evidence
even
either.
claim he's a.
You don't know
doesn't
what's
even
in
claim
his
he's a
head.
Nazi. It's not my claim. You, the claimer. You bring the evidence. You, the claimer, bring the evidence. Oh, it was trolling. I have no evidence.
The
Believe
evidence
me, though.
is in the
Great
video
argument.
where he does a Sieg Heil
Oh, that's the
salute,
evidence.
And you're saying,
didn't
no,
do a
it's
Sieg
not
Heil.
actually his mind.
Now it's a Sieg Heil.
You read his
Oh.
mind, and he meant really well by it.
You are
You're
the one claiming you
that
read
has
his mind. You're the one claiming you read his
No,
mind, and it's a troll, bro.
I'm
Believe
telling
me.
you what we all saw with our own eyes and ears. In fact, Piers admits that it looks like a Nazi salute. Piers is on my side on that.
No,
You're
I
saying,
said it was
even
an
though it looks like a
ill-advised-
Nazi salute,
No,
I
no.
read his mind,
Let me be
and he
clear.
meant nothing but warmth.
That's
Let me
what
be
you're
clear.
saying.
It was an
Fire and
ill-advised.
rainbows.
It was an ill-advised.
No evidence.
Movement of his arm because
That's what Chunk does. Every time he starts losing the debate, he just starts freaking out, and he won't let anybody talk. He lost. At least this portion of it, he got his ass handed to him. And I think the birthright citizenship part also. If you didn't see that, that was in part 1. But I think that's about it for this debate, y'all. Thanks for watching. I'm out. Cheers.